what's poppin', good looking? Today is Free Ride Friday, where we give away a free ride, a free lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Every Friday, we do a weekly random draw with everybody who left us an iTunes rating and review. And every week, we have a winner to lifetime access to over 180 business lessons, extracurricular courses, amazing workbooks that go along with these courses, our great supportive community in our private Facebook group, interviews with experts, a whole lot more. It's our way to say thank you for showing us love on iTunes. If you want to win a free ride, just leave us an iTunes rating and review. It takes 2 minutes. Just click on the cover art and click on the link that says give us a rating and review. Or head on over to 100mba.net/show for all the instructions. Then tune in every Friday to see if you won this week's free ride. All right, guys, let's jump into today's episode. Welcome to the $100 MBA Show, the business podcast that's never business as usual, where we deliver a new business strategy lesson to improve your business every single day with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And in today's episode, you will learn how to properly use music in your marketing. We all know the power of music. Music can influence the way we feel about certain things. Don't believe me? When's the last time you've seen a movie? The music that's used in a movie greatly determines how we feel about that scene, about the whole storyline. And you can use music in your business, in your products, in your marketing to amplify your message. I mean, look at the music that we use on the $100 MBA Show. It gets me pumped every single day. But how do you use music properly? How do you make sure that you're following all the rules? How do you find great royalty-free music? How do you choose? And how best to use it in your marketing materials? We get into it in today's lesson, so let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Heroic Public Speaking, the #1 public speaking live training event. You guys know I go to a lot of events during the year, and Heroic Public Speaking is at the top of the list, one of my favorite events. Nicole and I will be there this year, and we want to see you there as well. Be a better communicator, be a better speaker, whether on stage, on video, on a webinar, on a podcast, in an interview, in a negotiation. At Heroic Public Speaking, they guarantee you'll become a better speaker. Get your heavily discounted ticket over at 100mba.net/speaking. Again, that's 100mba.net/speaking. We all know the power of music. It can amplify our message in a great way. And the right piece of music with your marketing can really take it to the next level. This is something Nicole and I have been really into recently, using music properly. In fact, a lot of the comments that we get about the content we put out there is about the music we use, including the show, the $100 MBA Show, including the sales video we have for Webinar Ninja, including the music we use when we intro our lessons inside the $100 MBA on video. See, music can create this vibe that just make people feel good, and you want good feelings to be associated with your product. Now, whether you have an ear for music or not, you have to understand that music has a lot of power. Whether you personally feel it or not, most people are moved by music. But how do you do it in your business in the right way? How do you make sure that you're not breaking any laws, you're not using copyrighted music, you're using something that's original or something that will work for your business? Do you use just instrumental music, or do you use music that has lyrics, people singing? We're getting into all that in today's episode. Rule number 1, when it comes to using music in your business, whether you're marketing a product or it's within the product, like I said in a video lesson, or it's on your podcast, steer clear from any copyrighted music. That means any popular music you see out there. That means if I want to use Survivor's Eye of the Tiger in my sales video, I can get into a lot of trouble. But besides that, professional. People know that you are not Survivor. You didn't write that piece of music, and you don't own that piece of music. And most likely, you probably weren't given the rights to use it. So just rule number 1, steer clear from any music that you'll see on Spotify or something like that that's copyrighted, that's already been produced by somebody, not for commercial use. So where do you get your music, and how do you choose it? Well, there's a lot of resources, but I'm going to give you one resource that has plenty of choices, and that's Audio Jungle, audiojungle.net. They have plenty of royalty-free music that you can use for your project, for your sales video, for whatever you need to use it for. And these are artists that create music for you, for your business, for this purpose. And there's a lot of great stuff out there. There's just instrumental music, there's music with lyrics, and in fact, in Audio Jungle, they actually separate into categories. So you have music that's inspirational, you have pop, you have classic, so it's a lot easier to search for. Now you might be saying, I want something original. If this is a marketplace, it might be used by other people. That may be true, but it's very rare you're going to have somebody using your piece of music that you chose in your same market, in your same niche. But if you're worried about that, there's a couple techniques you can use. You could steer clear from the best sellers. You can filter for bestseller and scroll all the way down or go deep into the pages, like deep into page 5, 6, 7. Or you can look at the new releases. New releases usually haven't been used yet. So those are just two techniques you can use. So how do you choose your music? There's a very quick technique you can do, and this works well when you have a script, and you should be scripting your videos. If you want some help with that, check out our podcast episode on creating a great sales video. We'll put the link into today's show notes. You can check those out. Today's show notes can be found at 100mba.net/MBA496. So once you have a script, you should have parts of the video. So your intro or describing the problem you're solving, then describing your solution, which is your product, and then a closing. And what you want to do is group these areas and write some adjectives that would go along with those parts. So maybe when you talk about the problem, the music might be a little intense, or it might be building up. And then when you talk about the solution, it might be upbeat and motivational. These are the feelings you want to associate with that part of the video. So maybe just two parts is all you need. Maybe a third part where you just really kick it up. But the point here is that you're using some adjectives to describe the feelings you're trying to generate with that part of the video. Now, often you could find a track that will include all of this in one track. And sometimes you're going to have to use two tracks in one video, maybe even three. Now, in this example, I'm talking about a sales video. So once you have these adjectives down, you can start searching for these words on Audio Jungle. Because often the creator of the piece of music will describe their work using adjectives like the ones you're using. And on Audio Jungle, you can listen to samples of these tracks before you buy them. And a little trick, if your video is already kind of storyboarded or even edited, and you're just waiting for the music, you could play the sample track in a minimized window and have your video in a maximized window, and you can just kind of sample how it would feel, how it will go along with your actual video. Now remember, if you're going to choose tracks that have lyrics, somebody singing in the song, then you don't want to use that on a video that has a voiceover or has you talking or explaining something. Because you're going to have somebody singing and then you're going to have somebody talking. It's going to get really confusing and it's going to be distracting. So I would only recommend using tracks that has singing when there is no voiceover, when there's just visuals, or maybe you're writing words on the screen, titles. That's a lot cleaner. So what if you want to have somebody create your own original piece of music? You have a few options here. This is going to be a little bit more expensive, a little bit more time consuming, but it may be something you're looking for, especially if it's something you're going to be using over and over again and you want it to be just perfect. We did this with the $100 MBA show. Our good friend Matt Giovanisi composed and created the theme music of this show. He's a very talented musician. You could check out his work into today's show notes. But I worked with Matt and showed him some examples of songs that I knew that I liked, and I wanted this kind of vibe, but I wanted it to be original. And we had a few iterations of the song until we got to the point where we have the $100 MBA theme music. Now, how did I find Matt? I just knew Matt as a friend, as a fellow entrepreneur, and that's just over time of getting to know people. But if you don't know somebody personally that can do it for you, then you could definitely reach out to some of the people that create the music you see on Audio Jungle. Reach out to them. I'm sure they have a profile on Twitter or on Facebook or a website. And ask them, if I commissioned you to write an original piece, how much would it cost? How much time would it take? There are music composers as well on Fiverr.com. I'm not sure of the quality, and I'm sure they cost more than $5. I've never personally used Fiverr for an original piece of music, but it might be worth a shot. This episode of the $100 MBA show is brought to you by Taxify, effortless sales tax software for small and mid-sized businesses. If you're like most people, sales tax is the last thing you want to think about, but it's also one of the biggest risks for many businesses. Taxify provides everything you need to keep your business safe while making sure you're not paying out of pocket for sales tax. You see, Taxify calculates the right amount of tax in all 10,000 plus jurisdictions, and it files those time-consuming tax returns for you, and in just minutes. Taxify integrates seamlessly with the systems you already have and use. Systems like Shopify, Magento, Amazon, Xero, Square, Stripe, and more. And as a $100 MBA listener, you could try out Taxify for free today, like right now. Just hop on over to taxify.co/100MBA for 1 free month of Taxify. And as a $100 MBA listener, you'll receive 20% off the entire first year. That means if you act now, you'll have Taxify support your January filing. No credit card is required to get started, and you'll be on your way to get sales tax out of your way in just minutes. Again, guys, that's taxify.co/100MBA. Get your free month and 20% off your first entire year. To wrap up today's lesson, music is awesome. So use it. Use it to your advantage in your business, in your marketing. It's a great way for making your products look really pro. We live in an age where it's so easy now to buy music that's made for our business. So take advantage of that and use some of the strategies I shared with you today. All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode. But today's episode's not over because I got to give away a free lifetime membership to the $100 MBA Training and Community because it's Free Ride Friday. Let's see who won this week's free ride to the $100 MBA. And the winner is Good All in My Chain. Good All in My Chain says, hard to put into words what the $100 MBA has done for me. 5 stars. This is an awesome podcast and has helped me with just being confident enough to venture to be an entrepreneur. I'm in the early stages of my journey, but I don't know where I'd be without your show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the best to the entire $100 MBA team. Thank you so much for that awesome review. Good All in My Chain. And congratulations. Welcome to the $100 MBA. You've won the free ride. Just email us at contact@100mba.net. And we'll hook you up with the free ride to the $100 MBA Training and Community. Remember, guys, we do this every single week. So if you haven't left us an iTunes rating and review, do it now. It takes 2 minutes, and you can win a free lifetime membership. It also is the best way to support the show. Show us some love. So thank you so much in advance for that. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave you with this. More and more, having a business has become very much like having a media company. You're producing media to promote your actual products, your services, what you do. And the better your media, your videos, your podcasts, your blog posts, the better your company will be. So keep that in mind. Part of your job as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, is to have quality media. And if you're just getting started, don't be overwhelmed. You don't have to use music right now or create videos with music right now. Just use this lesson when you need it. But know every little contribution you do to present your business in the best light possible, in a way that shows people that you have attention to detail, that you believe in high quality products and services. Because if they see the stuff that you present your products and services are high quality, they're automatically going to relate that to your business. It's just like when you see a really bad commercial on TV, you're not interested in buying the product. Even if the product seems okay, you don't even think about it because the quality of their media is just not up to par. That goes for you too, guys, so make sure you keep it in mind. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode, Q&A weekends. I'll see you then. Take care.